And another stock I wanted to bring up in a similar vein to the prior story was QUBT is the ticker. I think it's actually called Quantum Computing is the company. But a lot of these small quantum computing stocks have been going insane recently. This one, probably the most out of all of them. I actually want to pull it up right now and see what the percentage is again. It's up 40% today and up 3,300% in the last 3 months. And it's approaching a 3 billion market cap now. And the story that got it going up insanely this week was a NASA contract, which when you hear that, and it's such a small company, it sounds like incredible. But the total amount that the contract was for was $26,000. So it seems a little bit maybe of an overreaction with the total value that that contract is bringing. It's a company that has done $300,000 in revenue in the past 9 months. There's plenty of other companies that have made similar moves. I think the Google announcement is the thing that kind of started it all off. IonQ is one of them that I think you've done well in, and our signals have predicted well. But how are you feeling about that area of the market?
I think what you're talking about here is like pretty important in terms of like NASA, right? I don't think it's revenue. Like, this is the kind of thing I think when NASA even gives you like a penny, right? They're basically saying something you have is interesting enough that they don't see it in what they're, because I don't know this factually, but I imagine they've at least experimented with this kind of thing, or at least have good knowledge and scientific knowledge of what's out there, right? So that one isn't really about the money. That's more about the validation of getting a NASA contract. And the expectation is maybe that NASA contract is small, but if NASA believes in you, you could almost use that as a selling point to go get more business. And we've talked about this so many times, like IonQ is like, the best in our signals. But when you're in this like kind of frontier technology, it's very, very unclear who is going to be the winner or how many winners there's going to be. That's why I always kind of default to going back to, a Google in a situation like this, where it's just like, at the end of the day, take small bets in all the quantum computing companies that you want. But if you're looking for the best risk reward, it's not investing in any of these small things, it's investing in a place like Google, right? Because they're the odds-on favorite to either win or worst case scenario, they'll lose and acquire, right? So they're going to get their hands on technology like that sooner or later. Unfortunately, we no longer live in a world where a lot of these companies go the distance, right? They certainly could go the distance and like compete with Google in it, but more often than not, especially as resources get more concentrated at the top, we are very likely, to see continued kind of dominance by the big players.